welcome to today's video. I'm not going to do the whole where have I been, this has been such a long time since I've filmed spiel, which I do at the beginning of every single video recently. Today I'm just doing a really simple makeup look. This is perfect for going back to school, and I know school has started again because my commute to work is a little bit longer, but I thought it would be the perfect time to create a really affordable face of makeup, something really natural, perfect for every day, and this is what I came up with. This is the kind of makeup I wear on an everyday basis to work. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. I'm just going to throw in a little disclaimer and say I have not done my brows because I always forget my brows, and because they're so dark and full, I don't feel like it's necessary for an everyday step. But if you do your brows every day, then just go ahead and do your natural routine. Because I'm sure you know your brows better than I do. The primer which I've been using recently has been this one from NYX. It's their Angel Veil primer. I really like it. It just kind of gives a bit of a mattifying effect, and it helps my foundation just to go on really nicely. I treated myself to a new Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I haven't had this for ages. I did have one probably 3-4 years ago. I think I ended up selling it, but I thought I would just kind of revisit it. I'm so lazy with washing my brushes that this is just amazing to have a nice clean brush. My foundation, which I've been using, this is like my everyday thing I use for work, and I always go back to this in the summer. I think I've only ever bought it in this shade, which is 53 Light Beige. This is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Gel Foundation, and I just love it. I love this shade. I love wearing it in summer. I should probably buy a lighter one for winter months, but it's just so nice. It's really lightweight, but it just gives kind of a perfect amount of everyday coverage. So I think I'm just going to pump it straight onto the brush. I'll do 1.5, oh, it's totally running out, 1.5 pumps, and then I'll just kind of, put it all on one side, dot it around, and then just buff it in. I find that this colour works really well when I'm have a tiny bit of summer glow. This is just kind of a tan from being out and about during this little sunshine we've had. For me, this is the perfect amount of everyday coverage. I feel like it's kind of perfect for school because it looks really skin-like. So if you are in school, then I would definitely recommend this as just a really lightweight base. For concealer, again, I've been obsessed with this. This is the Maybelline Anti-Age Eraser Eye Concealer in Light, and I've literally used the whole thing up. But I'm going to take what I can out of this and just pop it around the nose, kind of tip of the nose, or down the centre, chin, forehead, and then under the eyes. And I'll use my sponge just to blend this in. I'm going to set everything just with the translucent Stay Matte powder from Rimmel. This is just a classic, really inexpensive but good powder. And I will go over my whole face with a nice big powder brush. My all-time favourite bronzer is actually from the drugstore, and it's only £3, but it's huge. It's the Makeup Revolution Ultra Bronze, and this is actually my third one. I only purchased this last week. My other one kind of broke, and I just figured it's £3, I'll buy a new one, and I had hit pan and everything, so this is my favourite bronzer, and I usually just use my Real Techniques blush brush. I love this bronzer because I love the tone of it. It's kind of in between cool and warm, and it also is really long lasting, so it's just perfect for a full day at school or work. And yeah, I always go back to it. For blush, I'm just going to keep it really simple. These are my favourite blushes from the drugstore. It's the Natural Collection blushes. They're only £2. My favourite colour is Peach Melba, but I've smashed mine. which is really sad. I've had this for years though, and I can just get a new one, £2. But I'm going to use this one instead. This is Dusky Pink, and it's just a really natural colour, and it'll just give a slight flush to the cheeks. I feel like you don't have to have a highlight for an everyday look at kind of school, but if you just want a touch of glow, then I've got a couple of options. There's this MUA highlight shimmer stick, just like that, if you want something cream, or there's one from Collection as well, just some cream. I have so many cream highlighters that I need to start using, but I'm just going to throw on something from this Collection palette. This is their hashtag Blush and Glow palette. It's really good. I actually use this all the time. And this has just like a nice little highlight shade in here, and I'll just pick up a tad of that with a fan brush and just pop it, I'd say fairly lightly, onto the top of the cheekbones. I don't want too much during the day in terms of highlight. I absolutely love drugstore products and I have a ton of stuff, but I'd say the one thing which I haven't found or even tried that much of in the drugstore is an eye primer, so I'm just going to use this from the Balm. It's the Put a Lid on It primer. I really like this, I'm a fan. I have incredibly oily eyelids, so if anything works, I just grab it. But if you have a drugstore primer, then use that. If you have a higher end primer, then use that one. Or if you just want to use something like a colour tattoo from like Maybelline, a cream eyeshadow, that kind of thing, that'll work. I don't feel like you even necessarily need eyeshadow. You can kind of skip this step if you want to, but I thought I'd just do something really basic just as an option. I'm going to take this Revlon Colourstay Quad. This is in the shade Attitude. I don't know if you can still get these, but I'm just using this colour here. It's like a matte brown, just to define my crease a little bit. So I'm just going to pop that in the crease. Oh, it was pretty pigmented. Whoa, that's really pigmented. I was not expecting that. Okay, so I'm going to have to probably buff that out a little. We can work with it. That's what blending's for. I was going for a really natural eye. This might be a tad more dramatic. But if you want less, just tone it down. Not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever even used this quad. I actually really like that. I'm just going to use the same quad. I was going to use something from this NYC quad, but honestly I'm going for really, really natural shades, which I'm sure you can pick up in almost any palette. So whatever you have, just use that. I'm going to use this sort of, how would you describe this? A sort of nude grey, champagne grey, something like that. I'm just going to take it on a flat brush and just pop it over the lid. It's just a really basic colour, but just gives you a little something to work with. But like I said, if you don't want anything on the lids, then just leave it there and it'll be totally fine. And then I'm just going to blend it all together. This is turning into a bit of an all-time drugstore favourites video, but my number one always go back to mascara, which I haven't actually used for a while, is the Maybelline The Rocket, and this is the waterproof one. It's not even open, it's brand new. I tend to get most of my drugstore makeup from Boots, but I've been to Superdrug a couple of times recently and they made that tough to get into. So this is definitely brand new. So I'm just going to pop this on my upper lashes. I've not used this mascara for so long. Let's see if it is still as good as I remember. There are so many good drugstore mascaras out there. I love this one, I love the Lush Sensational from Maybelline, and I really like L'Oreal Miss Manga as well. Those are my top three, but there's tons I haven't tried. In terms of the lower lash line, you can kind of leave it bare or you can go with a little bit. I'm just going to go back into that quad and pick up the matte brown and just put a touch of it under my eye. I don't like to leave it bare. I don't like how it looks on me. It looks good on some people, but I just like to have something under there. This is the L'Oreal Infallible eyeliner in Chocolate Addiction. I really like this. Here. You can use a nude if you want to. I prefer to use a brown. I don't really like how nude eyeliner looks on me, but I know loads of people love it. So you can do that. And then I just pop some mascara on my bottom lashes as well. So for lips, finally, we're almost done. I always use my Lush lip scrub. This is the Bubblegum lip scrub, which just helps my lipstick or whatever I'm wearing to go on really smoothly. It's like something I should try and remember to do before I start, but I always forget. That just gives me a really smooth base to work with. I prefer to go over my lips with a little bit of leftover foundation or concealer, just because I don't like the natural pigment of my lips. I don't like putting lipstick on top of it. I like to just get a blank canvas and work with that instead. How I said this was turning into an all-time drugstore favourites video, it completely is. This is like my go-to lip liner. I use this all the time. It's from Essence, so it's so affordable. I think it's between £2 and £3. This is the Longlasting lip liner in Girl Next Door, and this is like one of my just favourite nudes. It's quite pale, so if you have a darker skin tone, it might not be for you, but just use like a nude liner. You don't even have to use a lip liner, but I just really like this one. And I just fill in my whole lip with this. There we go. So it is quite pale, you can tell, but I really like it under lipstick especially. I think I've gone through a couple of those. So one of my all-time favourite lipsticks is a really similar colour to this. It's from Collection. It's one of these. It's the Lasting Colour lipsticks. And my favourite one, or the one I always use, is in Cafe au Lait. But I thought I'd go for something a little bit deeper, just so it could be a bit more versatile with different skin tones. This is in the shade Rosewood. So I just bought this today, I haven't even used it. And it's just a darker nude, I guess. Quite kind of my lips were better. So I thought I'd pop this over top of the lip liner. I feel like that mixed with the lip liner just gives a really natural kind of lip colour, which is perfect for every day, I would say. I think for some schools you might not want to wear an actual lipstick, you might just go with a lip balm or a lip gloss or something like that, but this is the kind of thing I would wear every day to work. This would be quite a glammed up day for me at work. I tend to sometimes wear a lot less than this, and then if I have a bit more time in the morning I will do something like this. But yeah, this is kind of my everyday makeup look using affordable products. Perfect for going back to school and perfect just for kind of easy, simple days. So that's it pretty much for today's video. I love wearing this kind of makeup. I feel like it's just so fresh and it looks really natural. Oh, I just remembered setting spray. I actually never go a day without using setting spray. It's something I always use. This is from Maybelline. It's their Super Stay 24-hour makeup locking setting spray. Really long name. I like it. I use this fairly regularly. This is definitely my everyday setting spray because obviously it's more affordable. I save like my Urban Decay and that for like special occasions. So I just spritz a couple of spritzes on my face. And that is actually the final step. This is the final makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos. I definitely want to do more makeup tutorials. I have so much makeup which I have not been using recently, so I'm going to try and film a few more videos. So yeah, let me know if you like this look and all of that, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!